the game they play in heaven.
Hello and welcome to Subbies TV. Yeah, it's been a horrible weekend. Let's be honest. The Lions got up, so given that, I had a bet with Ricky Love, so I'm wearing this. But thank you for joining us anyway. We'll get straight into the show and introduce our panel. Slammin, you must be as happy as I am.
Oh, Ninja. A lot of humble pie over here at the moment.
Yeah, and Ricky Love.
Yeah, absolutely delighted to be here, Ninja, on
Yeah.
this wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And our special guest today is from Redfield Old Boys, Matt. And you're a coach with Redfield Old Boys.
That's right, Ninja.
So we'll just give us a little background about your rugby and everything that goes on at Redfield.
Well, originally I'm from New Zealand. Came from New
No
Zealand.
way!
Yeah, unfortunately, don't hold that against me.
As are most
Well,
Australian coaches.
That's right.
Or ex.
We moved here probably 10 years ago,
Yep.
and got coached first 15 at Redfield, the school, and then left there, and the old boys approached me to ask coaching, and that's how I got involved with them. So
Fantastic. And you're having a pretty good season, as most years Redfield does. But you top of the table, must be happy?
yeah, very happy. It was pretty tight up there, so it's actually
Yep.
pretty nervous at the same time. So
No, I think everyone's looking forward to seeing the finals down in Div 5, definitely Sydney Irish, etc. But, you know, excellent. Well, we'll get talking very shortly. And I just want to point out that at the top of our show, you might have noticed a different song. That's right, we got a new intro for Subbies TV. So a big thank you to Jake Roff. Now, Jake Roff is actually the brother of the mighty Roffy.
Name
Wallabies
dropper.
player, yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
he's thrown that in. He's an old teacher of mine, and he's a great musician. So thank you for that song, and we're going to integrate it into Subbies TV. So that's the game
Fantastic.
they play in heaven. So
Talented family.
well done, Roffy, and thanks, mate. Big shout out to you. But right now, we'll get a wrap from the weekend with Emily Barker.
Thanks, Ninja. Well, there was some great rugby played over the weekend, obviously not by the Wallabies, but Subbies Rugby definitely turned it on. Division 1 was heart-stopping. Mossman managed to crawl back against a very impressive Drummoyne, getting an after-the-whistle kick to win the game 36-34. Campbelltown proved they refused to give up on their season, taking out first place St Pat's 19-12. And in the other game, Beecroft escaped 1-point winners over a determined Iggy's. The weekend results have moved Mossman back up. They sit tied with St Pat's on the top, with Balmain colleagues rounding out the top 4. Division 2 now, and their undefeated season is no longer. Brothers unable to snatch victory with a late charge against a very aggressive Petersham. Petersham pulling off the upset 10-7. In the other big match, Forest just came away with it over Oatley, taking the win by 3 points. To the table, and Brothers is at the top despite the loss, followed by Petersham and Forest. Linfield moves to 4th after their massive win. Division 3 had only 2 games over the weekend. Hornsby had a field day against Epping, running in 73 points to destroy the Rams. But it was the victory by the Mountain Men against St George 34-17 that most impressed. No changes to the table from last week. The only setback is St George's loss stopped them from moving into the top 4. Division 5 was a pretty predictable week, with 4 of the top 5 taking wins. The only upset came from the Canterbury boys, who beat Mac Uni 38-22. No major shifts this week, but with the table so close, the next few weeks should be make or break for some sides. Lastly, Division 6, and well, barring a miracle, it looks as though the top 4 is locked away. Wins to Sydney Grammar and Dundas secured their spots. Boronia needed a bonus point win against Chatswood to keep the dream alive, but it wasn't to be, going down by 7. Sydney Grammar sit at the top, followed by Dundas, Chatswood and Clovelly. The remainder of the year for the top 4 is now all about who takes the minor premiership. Well, that's the wrap for this week, Ninja. I can't say I'm a massive fan of the look, but what do you do?
Yeah, thanks, Emily. We can't all look fantastic.
Would you say fantastic?
it's a red panda, isn't it?
Yeah, you Lions supporters, you don't know what you're wearing. All right, guys. Well, Emily went through the scores for us. A couple of the divisions were doing wet weather games. Division 2 and 5, I think, we're just doing rescheduled rounds.
Yep.
But you know, some interesting scores. I think Div 1, one that stuck out. Oh, so it started early. One that stuck out for me was the Campbelltown getting up against Pats at home. It's a huge
Big win. That's a big win for them.
And I think that's just Campbelltown's just come out to prove that, you know, they're not going to lie down.
It's always a fortress down there anyway. But
Yeah.
I'm sure Pats
Absolutely.
weren't thinking that they were going to walk away without the points.
Yeah, and
Great
also, Mossman getting the last-minute win against Drummoyne. I can tell you right now, Drummoyne look unreal. So it was a great win by Mossman, but Jake Haverbon, those boys, they are on fire, and I would hate to be coming up against them. I'd hate to be coming up against them.
They're up
They
against-
got Iggy's this
They got
week.
Iggy's next week, and Iggy should be concerned.
That's going to be a tough game.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
What one stuck out again? I'm going to shush, and I'm going to let you guys talk about what games.
First and foremost, mate, my dark horse came off.
Yeah.
The big Petersham win over Brothers. 10-7, close game, obviously.
Yeah.
But what a great result for them as a club.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's going to really, that second division is shaking it up a little bit. People might see Brothers as a team they can beat. I gave Vinny Byrne a ring to get the inside story, and he just simply said, mate, no excuses. That we were dominated in the scrum. They had their line out pinched all day. Petersham forwards were just unreal. He couldn't get clean ball. He goes, hats off to him. They deserve to win. Awesome. And good on him, you know.
Lost in a good game of rugby.
And
So
it's 3 points. It's
exactly.
so easy to turn around. I think in a game, you guys agree to pick apart the tiniest thing. So, Petersham, well done, and they're going to keep going.
I've got a good
forward.
stat in that one. Petersham actually won all grades there. They won
That
every
day?
grade,
Yeah,
that
right.
day.
That
Pretty
is a good
impressive
stat.
stat, yeah.
You're the stat
Stats.
man.
That's all I've got.
That's great.
Matt,
That's
any
club champs.
they're
Fantastic.
killing
ones
the club
that really
champs.
highlighted for you?
I saw the Blue Mountains win over St George.
Yeah, that was a big one. St George needed that win, I think, to put pressure on the top four. And Blue Mountains, God, they look strong, don't they?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
awesome.
You'd think they're going to be there.
I've been stuck on them from the start, mate. They're going from strength to strength.
Yeah.
The other one, I think Matt's being a bit humble. The Redfield Old Boys, 55 points in up against colleagues.
And you're just saying you're a very good defensive side.
Yeah.
Hence-
Well, attack is a good form of defence too.
Exactly,
So-
yeah. 19
True.
against.
Absolutely, and the only one that I'd like to point out as well, which Emily highlighted, was the Chatswood Burraneer 31-24. That, as she said, virtually signs the top four off, you'd think, barring a miracle. So
Good to see Burraneer put on 24 points, though. You know,
Yeah, well, they
like
fought
good
right
game.
to the end. They got two,
Yeah.
so that was a double 2 points out of the game. Lost by 7, and also a bonus point for tries. So,
Yeah.
well done. All right, guys. Well, we'll move on to games of the week. Div 1, we've got Balmain versus Colleagues. What are our thoughts? This is a huge game in regards to the table. Colleagues trying to move up, and Balmain having a shot at the top two. So, what are our thoughts?
Balmain are strong at home. I know
Yeah.
Mossman played them recently. They were pretty comprehensively unbeaten. But Colleagues, I know Colleagues are coming back. They're pretty strong as well. But yeah, I'd
So you're
probably go
leaning
Balmain.
Balmain?
I would go Balmain at home. I mean,
I'd
it's
say,
so
I'd say
strong.
Balmain at home.
Yep. Fair enough.
Mate, I'm on Colleagues. I think Colleagues have got a lot to prove now. Balmain have got some good runs on the board in the last few weeks.
Yep.
But if Colleagues want to be a real part of this Div 1, they're going to have to stand
He's
their
just
foot down
excited
now.
about his dark horse.
He's
pick,
just
though.
excited about his dark horse. He's just so confident. No, I think Colleagues as well, but Balmain, as you said, at home.
Yeah,
And now, now that this darn Lions tour is over, I think a lot of teams, it sounds funny, but a lot of teams will have
Thank
players
goodness.
back who haven't been travelling and
Yeah,
watching all the
maybe.
games, etc. So
Yeah.
everyone should be close to full strength for both those
I think
sides.
that's going to be
That'll
a big relief for coaches, especially.
Yeah, absolutely. Div 2, we've got Linfield versus Oatley. Quickly, with our thoughts on this one.
Linfield, mate, they put on some pretty big points last week against King's Old Boys, 57 to
Yeah.
20. I can't go against them.
Oatley gave Forrest
Yeah.
a run, but didn't come away with the points. I like Oatley as an outfit, but I don't know if they can come over Linfield at home.
No, they
Yeah,
haven't scored a lot
Linfield
of
at home
points.
again, yeah.
Yeah. Div 3, this could also be the match of the whole of subbies this week. Hawkesbury Valley versus Blue Mountains is going to be a cracker.
Oh, that's massive.
Mountains men all the way. I'm from the mountains.
Yeah.
My sons play for the mountains in the
There you
juniors,
go.
so
No, well,
They're gonna do
it's at home for Hawkesbury Valley, and I'd love to. Please try and get some footage for us, guys. Send in anything because I'd love to see some of this game.
That should be a cracking game.
Yeah, straight
that
up.
will be.
I've been on the Blue Mountains bandwagon all year. I don't see them losing, but that will be a cracking match.
Yeah, just to go against you, I think Hawkesbury Valley.
I'll go Hawkesbury Valley as well.
Let's
yeah.
go, Ricky.
Tough place to go. I love that place.
Nice.
A friend in the line.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Good job.
Div 5, we've got Mac Uni versus Maccabee. Now, Mac Uni, the only reason I think, one of the reasons this is game of the week is because if Mac Uni win, maybe if they get a bonus point win, they can still be in the hunt for finals.
Yeah.
But if they lose, they're pretty much out, and Maccabee can kind of cement themselves up in that top 4, top 3 almost.
Both teams are coming off a loss.
Yeah.
So-
I think this is going to be a pretty good game, but you'd lean towards Maccabee, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking Maccabi will probably take it, but once again, it's pretty tight. But I suppose they've got the added pressure of the fact that they're just in that top 4. It's pretty tight there.
Yeah.
So they've got that.
Well,
I
a
suppose
good win
the real
will.
desire, you know?
Yeah, that good win will just really take a bit of stress off with 7 rounds, 6 rounds left. So yeah,
I'd be surprised if Mac Uni got up.
so
But they've got it's all they've got. If they lose, they're gone. They
Yeah.
might as well go gung ho.
Yeah, true.
Go
So
for
you're
it.
going Mac Uni.
I'm gonna go Mac Uni.
Good
Yeah.
on you, mate. All
Fling
right,
it.
Div 6. This is a top of the table clash. Dundas Valley versus Sydney Grammar Old Boys. 1v2. Dundas Valley lost by 7 points, I think, last time, which was round 2, perhaps round 1 or 2. This is at home for Dundas.
I'm going to go Dundas at home.
Jumping on the
They're hard to
bandwagon.
beat at home.
The Vikings.
I'll go Sydney Grammar. Yeah, their points
Sydney
difference.
Gram-
Points
Sydney
difference is just
Grammar, I agree.
massive. Yeah, big win against the Dukes at the weekend.
Yeah,
Going well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Points differential 265 versus 36.
Yeah.
I just can't see Dundas coming up with enough points.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Dundas at
At
home.
home, they're tough.
They'll be real tough.
That's a massive game.
That'll
in
be
that
real
league,
tough.
isn't it? That is huge.
All right, fair enough. Well, there's some interesting games there, and we look forward to seeing the results from the weekend. And as I say every week, please film, take photos, all that sort of stuff, because we want to see them. We want to see those winning goals or tries or big hits, whatever it might be. So send them in to us, guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back to discuss the Lions.
The Bunker Studios in the heart of Sydney's CBD is a unique production space that specialises in producing online video content. Your audiences are 5 times more engaged, and they are 85% more likely to buy products and services when you have video on your site. So whether you need small video campaigns or want to produce a live event that can interact with all your database, contact the Bunker Studios or visit our website.
Hello and welcome back to Subbies TV. Yes, it is time to discuss the Wallabies game v Lions on the weekend. It was horrible.
Would you call it a game?
Yeah, it wasn't really a game. It was one-sided. From the moment it started, the Lions wanted the game more than we did. They wanted the series, and boy,
And the
did they
ball.
take it. They just wanted everything. They were hungry. Anyway, we've got our man Ricky Love, our stats guru, who's been... You've been pretty good not gloating too much.
Yeah. Everyone's been very
Yeah,
hospitable
so
over here. So yeah.
take us through the game. What were your highlights, your lowlights, your standouts for the game? And you've got some standouts for the series as well, don't you?
I do, yeah. So thought it was a great atmosphere at the game. Obviously, 83,000 people. I think it actually broke the record for attendance at the ANZ Stadium. It was pretty noisy in there. I think everyone will agree. Bad start from Australia. The kick-off, that kind of handed the impetus to us, and yeah, we just dominated from then. Really,
It got the crowd involved from
Yeah,
the start.
absolutely.
It was deafening. As soon as that knock-on happened, it was
Yeah.
deafening at that stadium.
Yeah, it's always tough. I mean, I know Horrible tried to really sort of rouse his troops and get it going, but penalties and then the sin binning and Smith going off injured.
We just seemed like we weren't a match. In any, like our scrum was getting dominated. At the breakdown, they were aggressive. We didn't want to be there.
It was a huge turnaround from game 2.
Yeah.
Game 2, our scrum was strong. Our backs got their hands on the ball a bit, but
Yeah, definitely.
Was it a Welsh game plan?
Well, that's I suppose as a Lions supporter, my first question is why do we not play that like that the first 2 tests? I mean, Wales played that, smash them up the middle, but if anything, we really dominated them up front, which Wales don't really tend to do. I mean, tight 5. I mean, I've never seen Australia go down like that. I mean, we really turned the screw there, and obviously, you're making so much ground up the midfield. By the time we do go wide, there's a lot of space, which, I mean, I think Tamani missed 3 tackles out of 4. Lelia Fana missed 4 tackles. I mean, you can't afford to do that.
And Falau going off.
Yeah, that was a big loss. I mean,
That's
he was the
huge loss.
fear, and Falau, you know, he was a sort of target man for a lot of their backline.
We did get Mogg though, and I think Jesse Mogg played
absolutely.
an outstanding game for, you know.
Well, Jesse, in my opinion, and I'm a Brumbies supporter,
You're not,
obviously,
No.
so hey,
I thought
Brumbies.
Red Panda support.
But I think Jesse Mogg should have been in there from probably the get-go.
Well, they're going to have to find a place for him
He's
because he was the
fantastic.
only one that really wanted the ball. He was the only one that cut any angles of any sort in the back line, really. That
It does
put
come
his
down
hand
to
up.
form, doesn't it? The kid's in
Yeah.
form at the moment. They should be
Absolutely.
picking him.
So your man in the match, well, Halfpenny got it.
My
but-
man of the match was Halfpenny, but my stat was that O'Brien broke the record in the series of tackles made. He made 15 tackles and he went off after 59 minutes.
Wow.
Which is pretty
massive.
impressive
Very
going,
impressive.
yeah, for a number 7, an understudy number 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, Halfpenny scored 21 points. That broke the record of a Lions player scoring points in a test, and he also scored 49 points over the series, which broke the record. The
There are
previous
a lot of
record, so-
records broken.
Yeah.
What I liked about Halfpenny though was you got the impression that he's just a kicker, but in that last test you really got to see that there was far more to the player than that.
Absolutely. Well, I
Yeah,
think
ball in hand, he was phenomenal.
Tamani stood off him, and I think they would have watched the videos and said, Halfpenny just kicks it. He's never going to run it. You back off him, and Halfpenny, you know,
got a ton
he's
of gas.
quick. He's got a good acceleration.
Credit
He
to
set
him.
up 2 tries.
But
You know,
Credit to him.
That just goes to show that Australia didn't do their homework because he's, you know, all these Six Nations stuff.
enthusiasm.
He's been far better than
absolutely.
just a kicker.
But they just gave him too much room. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
Tamani on his second game, but he just backed off, and you can't. I just don't think you can do that.
We just didn't look like we wanted to be there. So who was your standout player from Australia and the Lions for the whole series?
So the series, I would say honourable mention to Falau, honourable mention to Genia, but my player was Moen. Moen made 31 tackles over the series, which was the most for any player. He was on debut in his first test in the first game, and I thought he was
He's
outstanding.
Brumbies
It's a good
player.
choice. Yeah.
Only Brumbies.
Another Brumbies
He was.
player.
I thought he was awesome, and I think
Well,
if
let's
you
be
look at
honest, that's why the Brumbies are up the top of the table at the
Yeah.
moment, isn't it?
And your Lions, stand out for your Lions?
Halfpenny.
Has to be Halfpenny.
Halfpenny. Honourable mention to
Brian
O'Brien.
O'Driscoll.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Controversial.
What about Warren Gatlin to have the guts to do it?
Yeah, you know
Well,
what?
He's now a hero,
you know,
isn't he?
Gallons,
All right,
yeah.
guys, we've got to keep moving on. Speaking of coaches, just quickly, we'll get our thoughts. It's just been broken in the last, day really. Deans is gone, and had to happen.
Had to happen. He's had 6 years at the helm. There aren't a lot of trophies in the cabinet. Unfortunately, he's just been, there's a lot of public pressure. Didn't win a lot. We lost the Lions series.
Fair
It's
enough.
easy to hold him hanging
His,
out to dry.
his stats are actually a 58% win record, which I don't think is good enough for an Australian coach.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Expected to be at least 70s, 80s.
You're a Kiwi, Matt, but well, you must be torn.
Yeah, it is hard.
You must
Well, I
be,
feel sorry
you
for
must be concerned now.
Yeah, he might get a job back halfway. No, but I feel sorry for him just in the sense that, he hasn't been too, if we judged our coaches purely on how they went against the All Blacks, there wouldn't be too many coaches around the
There'd be
world.
nobody, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right. You're dead
outside
right.
of that, I think he's done okay, but I think it's probably a good time for a change.
Unfortunately for Australians, so that's how we do judge our coaches.
Yeah.
And
Great
have it-
man. I think he's a great man,
Great
but
coach.
he just didn't get the job done, unfortunately. And it's a bit unfair sometimes on coaches because I think the players below him definitely didn't help him out. But anyway, we've got to keep
absolutely.
moving on,
And a coach
guys.
as a front row might help.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Gatland.
Deans did find a lot of Australian talent that we didn't know about. I'll give him that.
Still hasn't found me or Ricky, but that's all right.
True.
We'll move on. And speaking of Ricky, we're going to be doing Media Madness now, and we've got a photo of you, Ricky. This is you at the Lions.
My posse,
So,
yeah.
You and your posse.
My crew,
Your little crew. You look so happy, don't you?
Yeah.
Pretty sober.
They all outdrank me.
Smug.
You look pretty sober. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I
Uh,
look sober, doesn't mean I'm
long-
sober.
Long series.
There is a lot of Lions supporters out there that do not look good. Do not look good. Our second photo here is an All Blacks supporter at the Lions vs Wallabies in full All Blacks gear. Little confused.
There's always one.
Little
He
confused.
took the wrong turn.
Always
Very
loyal.
much.
Always
Now,
loyal.
This is my photo of the week. This is fantastic. Sydney Irish sent this one in, and this is Brian O'Driscoll in a Sydney Irish jersey there, which
That's
He-
a cracker. It's great
looks
for
good.
it's great for the club.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I spoke with Panda and he said we're going to run him off in second grade next week because we think our centre pairing are just they're just the right pairing. So we're
Well, I
just
hope
going
he's
to.
not around by the time we have to play the Irish.
No, so that's fantastic. All right, guys, we've got some videos this week, which is really good. We love getting these videos. The first one here is Mossman, as we said, got the win against Jamorn, and it was on the buzzer. They got a penalty kick, and here it is now. And as you see, it's not the easiest kick, but Charlie bit off. He's
Hands in the air.
he's pumped,
kick.
and the boys run
Great
on.
kick.
And you know what? You saw the second half. Excellent, totally different team.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant. Well done to the boys there, and thank you for sending in those videos. We've got another one here. Now this is a young gun. Funnily enough, his name is Michael Gunn. He's 18 years old and he played schoolboys last year, and this is in Queensland Premier Rugby. Now watch this hit he puts on Rod Davies, ex-Wallaby, and bang. Oof. That is a huge hit. Now he's come out of nowhere and he's got straight up too. He got straight up and reset now.
Rocket Rod's got a pretty big ego about him too, so having that footage go viral, he's not going to be overly happy.
He might be back in the Wallabies now.
A little tag that said underneath was, we may have lost the Lions tour, but it's good to see we've got a lot of young talent coming through. And I mean, there's an example there, an 18-year-old kid that's just.
He's a
Great to
flanker as
see.
well. Isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's
another
number
open
7.
side.
So we've got talent. We just need to nurture it right. So that's the videos there. So thank you very much. And now it's time for Aspirational Side. So Aspirational Side time. We've got 2 sent in from us from the same club. They're
Excellent.
from Dundas Valley. So Michael Lilly sent them in, and I think Mike Lilly's almost he could be a Aspirational Side coach, manager possibly. He has
Putting his
sent
hand
his
up.
nomination
I think he's
in.
putting his hand up.
But here's the first one. His nickname's Rusty, and the guy's played over 100 games, second row / prop, which is good. We need some front rowers. And he's team and club captain for the Dundas Valley guys, and he's also on the club management committee member, and he's always
title.
involved. He's been around for a while, so
Awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Worthy.
That's what
Worthy.
you want, yeah.
Yep.
This other guy, Tui's is his nickname, as in Tui's new.
Good nickname.
He's originally from Tonga, big boy, and he's played well over 200 games for the club. He started playing in 2002 as a Colt, stuck with the club even after 2004-2005, where a lot of guys left for financial offers at other clubs.
And they got relegated down.
And they of course left Division 1, ended up in Division 6, and he's stuck around since
Legend.
then.
That's awesome.
He's also
Yeah,
on the
love that.
management committee member. He's a tight head prop, so we might even have
Need lots of those.
a Dundas Valley front row for the Aspirational Side. So that's fantastic, guys. So thank you so much for sending in the Aspirational Side. So thanks, Mike. That was good.
Good work.
Now, if you want to send anything to us, of course, rugby stuff at subbiestv.com.au. We love getting everything, videos, pics, Aspirational Sides, boat races. We didn't get any this week, obviously. Send those in and we'll put them on the show. I mean, how good are the videos? The videos
Yeah,
are fantastic.
awesome.
So the more we get, the better the show is. So keep sending them in, guys.
The less work we have to do.
Exactly. Less work. Yeah. You do so much, Slammin. Club announcement time, and we've got Saturday 20th of July, Barker Ladies and Families Day versus Linfield. We've said it before, it's going to be a cracking day, and they're supporting a local charity, the Gidget Foundation. You can go to gidgetfoundation.com.au to get more information about the foundation and to find out ways you can donate. That foundation helps promote awareness of prenatal anxiety and depression. So good cause, Barker.
Yeah.
So that's on the 20th of July. Friends of Uni New South Wales Rugby Luncheon is on Friday the 9th of August. It's going to be at the establishment on George Street. So you can go to the Uni New South Wales website to get all the information about that luncheon and to buy tickets there. Special guest is going to be ARU CEO Bill Pulver. So that should be a good day for the boys, and they're a funny bunch of lads too, and they do enjoy a drink. The Brothers Rugby have their rugby luncheon on Friday the 16th of August. It's going to be held at Dockside Conventional Centre, balcony level. Special guest is John Eales, so you can go to the Brothers Rugby website to get all the information on that luncheon and to buy your ticket. And of course, every Friday, Holdings Bits sends out his best and worst of the rounds, some good stories, some interviews, some tweets of the week, picks, and of course his jokes. So make sure you jump on the New South Wales Subbies website to see Holding's bits every Friday. Matt Holding does a fantastic job. He even mentions us, which is good.
Great piece.
Yeah. Great piece. No, I have a great laugh every week. I read it.
it's
I
brilliant.
give him stick about his jokes, but some of them are good. And of course, guys, we do a sponsors plug each week. We do want sponsors. We do need sponsors to keep this show going. We want to keep it going for the whole year so we can cover the finals, see the lead up as well. So if you can sponsor this show and you can get some money behind us, make sure you get in contact at info@subbiestv.com.au. We need support so we can keep delivering this to you. So get behind us, guys. So they're club announcements. That's
Brilliant.
Media Matters, that's everything. And it's time for our favourite segment, which is the Dark Horse. So you guys ready for this? Dark Horse this week is, of course, going to be Div 1. We haven't done Div 1 for a while. Some big games and some real outsiders. We've got Iggy's versus Drummoyne. We've got Beecroft versus Pats. Campbelltown versus Mossman. Balmain versus Colleagues. Knox versus Hunters Hill. We'll start with you, Matt. Who is your Dark Horse for this week?
I'm going to go for Campbelltown.
Campbelltown to beat Mossman.
Just because of the fact that they had the fantastic win last week for them.
Yep.
And I think that'll give them a real big lift
Yep.
coming to this one.
And
Campbelltown at home.
Fortress Campbelltown.
Yeah, tough place
I'm not
to beat.
100% sure. It might even be their back to Campbelltown day.
Yeah,
I think it might be
it
as
is.
well,
So,
yeah.
you know, that's a good dark horse. That is a good dark horse. Ricky Love.
I know that they just played well against Mosman, but I'm going to go Iggy's. I know they're bottom of the league. It doesn't look that good.
Just took mine. I was going
But
to
they've
go.
actually,
You can
at
jump
the weekend
in.
against Beecroft, they won all grades except first grade. So they're actually not going that bad. I think they've turned the corner. I'm going to go Iggy's.
Iggy's over Drummoyne.
Going to go Iggy's, yeah. I think
All
it's
right
gonna be
then.
that week.
Hunters Hill to beat Knox.
And Hunters Hill to beat Knox.
At Knox.
Right. Right.
Speechless.
You two are idiots.
Mine is worse than that,
Hey.
actually.
Iggy's versus Drummoyne. Wow.
Got my
Okay,
dark horse
well,
last week. Got my
No,
dark-
fair call. And I'm going to say Colleagues over Balmain. That's my dark horse.
Yeah, good one.
Probably the only one that's realistic. No, Campbelltown over Mossman's realistic as well.
It's a two-horse race.
It's
mate.
whatever.
Two-horse
Okay, that's
race.
Dark Horse for the week, and that's the episode for the week, guys. So we're going to thank our guest, Slammin.
Cheers, Ninja.
We're going to say goodbye to Ricky Love. Bittersweet. Happy to see you go because I'm sick of
Pretty
the line.
happy to see him. Pretty happy to see him go.
I've loved you on the show, mate. So thank you so
Thanks
much,
for having me,
and
guys,
thank you
yeah.
for all your
Cheers.
help with the Lions series and all your
Anytime.
stats.
See you in 12 years.
See you in 12 years. We will see each other in 12 years because this show will still be going in 12 years. And Matt, thank you for coming on the show. Best of luck with, not that you guys really need it at the moment, Redfield Old Boys. You should be in the finals.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But there's never an easy game, so.
That's true.
The old one game at a time.
Yeah,
right.
the old. Well
journey,
said,
you
coach.
know?
Well said. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week. On the weekend, I hope you all play a fantastic game. And until next week, enjoy your rugby.
It was the game they play in heaven.